KarenTefelski with Virginia Access. And although we represent providers statewide, we are physically located in Springfield, Virginia, and we represent the interests of over 30 providers in Northern Virginia, serving over 16,650 Virginians with disabilities. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. This year, once again, Virginia Access and the ARC of Virginia have joined together to advocate following 2 priorities and a DD rescue plan. But first, I want to thank you for your continued commitment to the DD waiver over the last few years. It has been substantial, but we need to ask you for even more. We've clawed our way from being 49th in the country to 38th in the country, but we're still at 38, so we need to do better. Secondly, I'd like to thank you for the temporary 12.5% increase during the 2021 special session, which was funded by the enhanced 10% increase in federal HCBS funds. Advocates worked very hard to get this additional money from the feds to come to the states in order to help rescue our DD waiver systems. The temporary rate increase, which ends June 30th, 2022, was a critical lifeline or a tourniquet to stop the hemorrhaging of the DD waiver system and staffing crisis exacerbated by the pandemic. We had a staffing crisis before the pandemic, but it only exacerbated it for us this last year. And as you recall, it was really set up to be a temporary bridge to fully funding the rate rebase in the next biennium. The rate rebase report was ordered by the General Assembly, you, the fiscal committees, DBHDS, and the consultant Burns and Associates actually did the report with a work group of providers. And so we hope that you support the full work group recommendations. So what is our ask? We ask that you add to the governor's proposed rate increase for DD waiver services. The governor's budget only includes 8 of the more than 30 DD waiver services that exist in our system. The system is interrelated and interrelated. It's devastating to just fund some services and not others. It's not a whack-a-mole process. We need to fund the whole system. We can't pick and choose. Now, this will be a large funding request. However, it's really indicative of the inadequacy of rates since 2014. It's important to note also that the rate rebase that's recommended by the Burns and Associates includes increases based on the minimum wage increase. It's not based on a living wage. And it's also based on the 50th percentile of the Bureau of Labor Statistics. In comparison, the Joint Subcommittee on HHR heard from Commissioner Land that the state is proposing, and included in the governor's budget, we find, that they will fund their state MH and DD institutional staff at 75th percentile of the BLS, that the state cannot be competitive in the marketplace for staff unless they're funded at the 75th percentile. We need equity for the full system, not just the public system. It needs to include both state and community-based services. As you know, it's a people business. 85% of the cost for providers is staff. Unlike other Medicaid providers, DD providers rely solely on the DD rates provided by the General Assembly and included in the state budget. Our staff rates are 100% dependent on DD waiver rates.
Kindly wrap up, Ms. Tefelski. Thank you.
Unlike other businesses, we can increase wages or decrease health and safety staffing requirements, administrative burden. We must live within our means. We ask for your support of funding the full DD waiver rate rebase report with no rate requests being below 12.5% effective July 1. Virginia Access and the ARC look forward to working with you during the upcoming general session. Thank you.